I love Boston cream pie donuts, but I wanted to recreate it at home without doing any cooking, baking, or even frying because donuts have to be fried. So I came up with tiramisu because why not? I got a family size vanilla pudding packet and the instruction says to put 3 cups of milk, but I need it to be thicker, so I'm only adding 2 cups of milk, and then we're gonna heat this up on low heat until it starts to thicken up. While this is heating up, I'm also gonna whip up some whipped cream that will help to make this mimic a custardy texture. So 1 cup of heavy cream, I'm just gonna whip it up without any sugar because the pudding is already sweet enough. So just whip this up until it is whipped cream. And taste test, perfect, and little swirl above it, that way it will throw off the excess on the whisker. And then my pudding looks almost ready. It will thicken up while it cools, so I'm removing from the heat and I'm whipping it to cool it down, because if I were to add this with the whipped cream would melt. So I need this to be like room temperatured. Just test it with your finger, see if it's not hot anymore. Perfect, done. And I'm gonna add a few spoons to my whipped cream and then fold it in gently, and then gonna add a little bit more of that vanilla pudding, so it basically mimics custard. And honestly, it's nearly impossible to tell that this was not actually custard. It's almost identical and it's so delicious. It's so creamy and light at the same time, so it's just perfection. I mean, I could eat this with a spoon, honestly, and I did eat a little bit with a spoon, I'm not gonna lie. It's delicious, perfect, like on its own, perfect. But we're making a tiramisu, so here I have my serving dish and I have lady fingers, just a regular lady fingers. In a bowl, I'm adding some milk. I actually had to add more milk because it kept absorbing it. So I'm just dipping the lady fingers in it and then placing it on my serving dish as well as I can. Every serving dish is going to be different size. Maybe you don't want to use a full serving dish. Maybe you want to use like individual party cups. You can totally recreate it with the party cups, so everyone can have their own individual desserts. That will be, perfect either way. But this combination came out so perfectly, and I'm definitely gonna experiment with different flavors and different textures, mimicking a tiramisu but recreating a flavor that is familiar but creating something new. Okay, now for the chocolate. I have 200 grams of black chocolate and 1 millimeter of heavy cream. Microwave this. However, this is the first time I made this and I feel like 200 grams was a little too much. 150 grams of chocolate would have been just enough, and I microwave this for about a minute. And you see, I want to show you the whole process of this because I don't need to microwave it for more because the heavy cream is already hot, but the chocolate was still in pieces. However, because it's still hot and the chocolate inside is kind of warm too, it will melt right now without putting it back in the microwave and letting it possibly burn, because that could happen if you overheat the chocolate. But you see, it melted and this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. It came all together and look how beautiful and shiny that is. I think I can also use this for ice cream coating. Yep. Here is my custard. I put it in the fridge while I was making the chocolate, putting it on top and then just spreading it out evenly. It was a little too much chocolate, so next time I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna keep it in mind to put less chocolate. But it's the first time I made it and honestly it came out just like a Boston cream pie donut and even the original cake. I was so excited for this that I could not wait hours for it to set. So you can it's a little bit still creamy. I waited like 2 hours maybe, But the next day it set even better and it was absolutely amazing. I ate the whole thing by myself, not gonna lie. I ate it and every single bite was delightful, and I will eat it again right now if I could, but it's gone.